Welcome back to Adventure in Art. My name is Ben Staley, your resident talking head. I'm doing a little series here about portraiture, topics relating to portraiture, things that I know to be true, things I've learned, experiences I've had. Maybe this will help you if you are a portrait photographer, if you want to become a portrait photographer. Yeah. This is the third video. We're going to talk about how to establish rapport with your subject. Some tips, some tricks, some things I've learned. This is Jonica. Jonica is an actress and a model, and I don't know where she went. She sort of dropped off the radar, but she was from Idaho. I met her in Los Angeles. We decided to get together for a shoot. Now, we agreed to shoot at the old LA Zoo, which is one of my favorite locations to shoot at because it's like it used to be a real working zoo, and there's these cages that used to hold animals, and they're empty now, and you can go in them, and there's like these stairwells where they used to come down and feed the animals, and I think they held like the bigger animals, like the lions, the tigers, and the bears. I think you could probably research it and find out. Anyways, they are these kind of cave situations, and they're like a perfect little natural light studio. They're sort of dark in the back. The light comes in the front. You can put a subject right kind of in the opening. It fills out their face. You get these, you don't need to bring a light. You get these real nice, kind of moody, softly lit portraits. I've shot here a ton, and it's great. I like it. It's a little different vibe than my own studio, which you'll see if you look at some of the videos below in the portrait playlist. Anyways, I'm rambling. Oh, let me start my timer. Yeah, I need a timer because I do ramble a lot, and I need to keep these videos short. I'm setting this for 7 minutes. There we go. When it hits to 7 minutes, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm already a couple minutes deep. Okay, so Jonica, some of my favorite portraits. Let's back up. I had agreed to shoot with Jonica. This is a collaboration, much like the last video I talked about, should you collaborate or not? Well, I did with Jonica. She gets caught in traffic. She shows up a little late. I'm there. I go ahead. I scout. I check out the location. I've been here before, but I'm just seeing if there's any people around or where I should shoot today and that kind of thing. Jonica calls me. She says she's arrived. She sounds very flustered. And she doesn't know where to meet me. Like there's a parking lot and there's some trails, and then the cages, the zoo part is up here, parking lot's down here. I'm talking on the phone. I don't really understand where she's at. She's sounding very flustered now. This is alarming me. She's like, oh, I'm up this trail. I'm here. I'm like, where's the parking lot? She goes, well, I've been walking for like 15 minutes. Yeah. Long story short, Jonica got off route. She went the wrong way. This never happened before, by the way. By the time I direct her back to the parking lot and we meet up with her, she's a little upset. I think she's probably angry. She is not making eye contact with me. And I'm bummed out because I really was excited about shooting Jonica, and now whatever happened, she's having a bad day. She got kind of lost at the location. It has sent her on a emotional sort of tailspin, and I'm just worried that our portrait session is going to be ruined. So, all right, I'm just like trying to get to know her. I'm trying to talk to her. I'm trying to calm the situation. We walk up to the cages. We just start shooting. It's a little awkward. I'm not acting alarmed by this. I'm just trying to be polite, kind, compassionate, understanding, interested in her. So this is the key. I think a lot of people like to talk about themselves. I mean, like photographers and artists and people. I think my thing is when I'm shooting people is I will answer any questions people ask me, but I ask a lot of questions about the other person. Because people all have stories and they're interesting, and I'm interested in people. But if you just start asking people, and I don't mean in like a nosy, creepy way, but just like, hey, what do you like to do? Where are you from? How long have you been here? What are your big goals? What are you doing in life? Whatever comes to mind. I ask people a lot of questions in a nice, friendly, not creepy, casual way. This tends to set people at ease. It tends to make people sort of relaxed. And then they'll ask you questions, and now you're having a conversation, and I haven't even pulled my camera out of the bag. We're just talking. We're just getting to know each other. We're just establishing rapport. But I'm clocking all this stuff, and I'm learning about this person, and I'm studying them, not in a creepy, obvious way, but I'm watching them, and I'm watching the way they turn their face, and I'm watching the body language, and I'm watching how the light bounces off their skin. I'm clocking all this information, and now we're getting to know each other. We're becoming friends. And so then when I pull the camera out, which is for a lot of people now, if for a professional model, it's not a big deal. But even I referenced in the last video, I referenced a couple actresses I shot a few nights ago. These are ladies who are freaking beautiful. And on television, on big TV shows for a living, I pulled the camera out. You would think they'd be used to it. It was a little awkward at first. It was just kind of weird. And sometimes that's the case, and people are insecure. People are, they're just a little bit unsure. They didn't know me. I didn't really know them. We had to kind of warm up and just get comfortable. Don't assume it's going to be easy or it's going to be hard. There's a lot of things that go into that little cocktail of what makes a portrait shoot, what makes someone kind of relax and be at ease. There's a serious energy exchange, and there's a vibration. I've talked about this before. You really need to calibrate your own vibration. You really need to be aware of that. So bringing this back to Jonica, who was sort of spazzed out a little bit because she had gotten lost at the parking lot and she got flustered. I could have let that fluster me, but I didn't. And I just became acutely aware that her energy and her vibration got sort of off the mark. It got sort of crazy. And I needed to get her to come back down and match my vibration. The worst thing I could have done is been like, oh, this is all ruined. And I could have let my vibration. I'm sounding like a weird hippie, but it's true. We vibrate. We have a frequency that we emit, and as humans, we are reading and sensitive to these vibrations in ways that we don't even understand. I believe this. This isn't in some weird hippie stuff. This is just the way it is. Like we're such complex machines. We are picking up information and cues and subtleties from each other that I think that we're not really even aware of. The best photographers, portrait photographers, they are aware of this. They can exploit this, maybe in ways that are just sort of instinctual and natural. So with Jonica, I just tried to be really kind to her and focus it, and then right away I knew I need to get some good pictures right away, and I need to show her that, oh yes, none of this is a waste of time. And pretty quickly she kind of came down, and pretty soon we were laughing and joking, and we had a rapport, and I was able to get some of my favorite photographs ever. Oh crap! I really rambled a lot in this one. Should I go longer? I had another story I wanted to tell you. Should we do part 2? Let's do part 2. Because I have a whole other story I want to tell you that is kind of weird. Yeah. So this was part 1 of establishing a rapport with your subject. Part 2 is coming very soon. Thanks for watching.